All right, in this video, we're going to learn a little bit of Python, but mostly we're going to start talking about the different variable types. So the two variable types that we will be playing with are categorical and quantitative. And so this particular data frame has 4 variables: age, hair, car, and units. And I'm noticing that I have my files still visible here. I'm just going to click this. It's not going to do anything to the ability for Python and Colab to get access to those files. It's just it gives me more space to work with over here. So I have these 4 variables. There are 2 of them, age and units, where the numbers actually mean what they are. For example, this person here that says 19, that means they're 19 years old. And they have 12.5 units. This person is 18 years old and is taking 12 units. And this person is also 18 years old and they're taking 9 units, etc. So the numbers mean what they say. These other 2 variables are not quantitative. Even though car has numbers in there, those numbers don't mean numbers. It's not that this person has 1 car and this person has 0 cars. It's that 1 means this person drives a car. 0 means this person doesn't drive a car. So in a sense, 1 means yes and 0 means no. And then red has nothing to do with the number at all. So categorical variables break up a data set into categories. So in the car variable, you've got 2 categories: the people who drive a car and the people who don't. And in the hair variable, there's quite a few categories for the different hair colors. So the folks that have red hair, the folks that have purple hair, the folks that have black hair, folks that have brown hair, the folks that have blonde hair, etc. So that's a little bit about that. And so part of why I'm talking about that is when I go and do the first thing that I want to do, which is to describe all of these variables. What it does is it takes the ones that it can crunch numbers with and crunches those numbers. So you'll notice that it doesn't do anything with the hair variable. It just skips it, right? But what it does is it counts, and you'll notice that there are 16 rows here, starting at 0, going up to 15. So there's 16 individual people. That's what this count is for. And then mean is just another word for average. And so how do you get an average? You add up all the numbers and divide by how many there are. So when I add 19 plus 18 plus 18 plus 18 all the way down, adding all these up and then divide by 16, I get 18.3125. Okay? And the car variable, it can count how many there are, and it can add up all those ones and zeros and divide by 16. And it can say that the smallest number is 0 and the biggest number is 1. But really, what is it doing here? It's not really giving us the information that it's sort of saying it's giving us. Because what does it mean that, it's such a big number, it's 1, it's so much bigger than 0. So what? 1 just means yes and 0 means no. And this average, what do you mean the average number of whether you drive a car or not? That kind of doesn't make any sense. Now, the good news is when you have ones and zeros like this, and you add up all of these numbers, what that basically does is counts how many ones there are, and then divides that by 16. And what that gives us is the proportion of this data set that are yeses. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 altogether, 6 ones, and 6 out of 16 is 37.5%. So this mean does have something that we can make sense out of, but it's not average, like an average bunch of numbers. Like this is that those 16 students are taking an average of 11.25 units, right? So anyway, so you can do different things with quantitative variables than you can do with categorical variables, and we'll see that throughout the semester. And poor little pandas in here doesn't know any better, right? It's just taking these numbers and crunching them like it knows how to crunch numbers. And we as humans have to understand that most of this is gibberish, and we can make some sense out of this, but not in the traditional way that you'd think of average. Okay, that's as much as I wanted to do, honestly, with this data set. Next video, we're going to load the add health data set and start working with individual variables there. All right, thanks for playing, and I'll see you next time.